All right, this is CSX 3359. This is the second to last of the 427 Cobras that were produced. It did have some confusion over its life, as it was advertised as the last 427 Cobra several times through its ownership. You can see it's a street car. It is one of the 427 street cars because they flipped back and forth with availability. So the 30 cars would have been SC and comp cars like the other one we looked at. The 31 cars would have been the 427 street cars. The 3200 cars would have been the 428s. This is back to the 3300 series, and so this is in the last 60 of these cars. This is the second to last of them. You'll see features like the wide hips, where they're back to the wide hip body shape. This one's really nicely presented with the Sunburst wheels. These Sunburst wheels were sketched up quickly as a design from our friend Peter Brock. They were manufactured by Kelsey Hayes, the aftermarket manufacturers. They cast these up in aluminum, not in magnesium. And if we look at little details on things like the Hallebrand Engineering Company spinners on these, we'll see things like the 55, which is the thread pitch angle on this thread for the spinners. You can see the sand casting process used a pretty coarse sand on the wheels, and so they weren't a real smooth, pretty casting, but they sure look good on the car. And then we can see on the little zoom in detail there, the 55 I was talking about, which is the thread pitch angle of the Ted Hallebrand manufactured spinners. So this is a real nice example of a street car. It has the green tinted sun visors on it, Cobra leaded wind wings, again this time in a clear perspex. Slotted screws everywhere, which is nice to see, little details like that. Lucas 104 rear view mirror peeking up on the dash on the cowl there. Right hand park wipers. Let's take a little look around the front of this car, noticing things like the uncut smooth hood of the street car. Some of the nice street car details, full bumper, overriders as well. There's a cap on the back of the overriders. This has got on the front bumper, this is the spring-loaded license plate mount, and at speed the license plate would get blown back to allow more air to go into the car when it needed it, and it just hinged back on the torsion springs, and then when you stopped it would spring itself back up into position. This has got the correct profile trim on the front of the splitter. The splitter was a definite feature of the road cars, and being a 3300 car, this car does not have, it's what's called a chinless car. It does not have an oil cooler scoop on the underneath of the front. So there's no oil cooler on the engine for this car.